Any objections?
No.
Do you know I like to sit on the floor? Mind if I do?
No.
How about you? Don't you like to sit on the floor?
Yes. Yes.
Why don't you then? Come on, take a pillow. I can't hardly see you sitting way over there.
I can see you.
I know, and that's not fair. I'm in the limelight. Good, now I can see you. Comfortable?
Yes.
So am I. Comfortable as a cow. Will you have some gum?
No, thank you.
I think that I will indulge, with your permission. Think of the fortune made by the guy who invented the first piece of chewing gum. Amazing, huh? Your brother tells me you're shy. Is that right, Lauren?
I don't know.
I judge you to be an old-fashioned type of girl. Well, if you ask me, that's a pretty good type of be. I hope you don't think I'm being too personal, do you?
Mr. O'Connor?
Hmm?
I think I will have a piece of gum, if you don't mind. Mr. O'Connor, have you kept up with your singing?
Singing? Me?
Yes, I remember what a beautiful voice you had.
And did you hear me sing? You say you've heard me sing?
Yes, quite often. I don't suppose you remember me at all.
You know, I have an idea I've seen you before. I had that idea as soon as you opened the door. And it was almost like I was about to remember your name. But the name I started to call you wasn't a name, so I stopped my feet before I said,
Oh, wasn't it Blue Roses?
Blue roses! My gosh, yes, blue roses! That's what I had on my tongue when you first opened the door. Isn't it funny what tricks your memory plays on you? I didn't connect with high school somehow or other. That's where it was. It was high school. Gosh, I didn't even know you were Shakespeare's sister. I'm sorry.
Oh, you barely knew me.
But we did have a speaking acquaintance, right?
Yes. Yes.
Didn't we have a class in something together?
Yes, we did.
What class was that?
It was singing.
Oh,
I sat across the aisle from you in the auditorium
oh.
on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
Now I remember. You always came in late.
Oh, yes. It was so hard for me getting upstairs. Oh, I had that brace on my leg. It clumped so loud.
I never heard any clumping.
To me, it sounded like thunder.
Well. I never even noticed.
And everybody was seated before I came in. My seat was in the back row, and I had to go clumping all the way up the aisle with everyone watching.
You shouldn't have been so self-conscious.
Well, I know. But it was always such a relief when the singing started.
I've placed you now. I used to call you Blue Roses. And how was it that I got started calling you that?
Well, I was out of school a little while with Blue Roses. And when I came back, you asked me what was the matter. I told you I had blue roses. But you thought that I said blue roses. So that's what you always called me after that.
I hope you didn't mind.
Oh no, I liked it. You see, I wasn't acquainted with people. I never had much luck at making friends.
I don't see why you wouldn't.
Well, I started out badly.
You mean being...
Yes, it's sort of stupid with me.
You shouldn't have let it.
Oh, I know, but it did.
You were shy with people.
Oh, I tried not to be, but I never could.
Overcome it.
No.
People are not so dreadful when you get to know them. But that's what you have to remember. Everybody has got some problems. Not just you, not just me, but practically everybody. For instance, when I was in high school, I hoped that I would be further along at this time, 6 years later, than I am now.
Here you are. Here in the Pirates of Glass.
Sang the baritone lead in that opera.
So beautiful.
Oh,
Yes, beautiful.
you've heard me?
All 3 times.
No!
Yes.
All 3 performances? Why?
Well, I wanted you to autograph my program.
Why didn't you ask me to?
Oh, you were always surrounded by your own friends so much that I never had the chance to.
You should have just...
I know, but I thought that you might think that you were terribly popular.
Yeah.
And you had such a friendly way of... Everybody liked you.
Including you?
Yes, I did.
Well. Give me that program, Laura.
Oh, how...
There you are. Better late than never.
What a surprise.
My signature isn't worth very much right now. But someday, maybe, it will increase in value. Being disappointed is one thing, and being discouraged is something else. I am disappointed, not discouraged. What have you done since high school, Laura? I said, what have you done since high school?
Nothing much.
You must have been doing something these 6 long years.
Well, I haven't been doing anything much. Just don't think that I sit around doing nothing. My glass collection takes a great deal of time. Glass is something that you should take good care of.
What did you say about glass?
Collection, I said. I have one.
You know what I judge to be the principal trouble with you? Inferiority complex. Know what that is? That's what they call it when someone lowers himself. I understand it. Because I had it too. Although my case was not as aggravated as yours seems to be. I had it up until I took up public speaking, to develop my voice, and learned that I had an aptitude for science. Before that, I never even thought of myself as being outstanding in any way whatsoever. Yep, that's what I judge to be the trouble with you. The lack of confidence in yourself as a person. You don't have the proper amount of faith in yourself. For instance, that clumping you thought was so awful during high school. You say you even dreaded to walk into class. You see what you did? A little physical defect. That's all you have. Magnified thousands and thousands of times by imagination. You know what my strong advice to you is? Think of yourself as superior in some kind of way.
In what way would I think?
Why, man, alive, Laura? Look around you a little. What do you see? A world full of people. All of them born, and all of them going to die. Isn't there something to take more interest in than anything else?
Well, yes. As I said, I have my glass collection.
I'm not sure I understand what you're talking about. What kind of glass is it?
Little particles of it. Most of them are little animals made out of glass. The tiniest little animals in the world. Mother calls them Glass Menagerie. Here is an example of one, if you'd like to see it. This one is one of the oldest. It's nearly 15. Just be careful. If you breathe, it breaks.
I'd better not take it. I'm pretty close with things.
Go on. I trust you with him. There you go. You're holding him gently. Hold him over the light. He loves the light. You see how the light shines through him?
It sure does shine.
I shouldn't be partial, but he is my favorite man.
And what kind of thing is this one supposed to be?
Haven't you noticed the little horn on his forehead?
A unicorn, huh? Unicorns, aren't they extinct in the modern world?
I know.
Poor little fellow. He must feel sort of lonesome.
Well, if he does, he doesn't complain about it.
How do you know?
Well, I never heard any arguments.
No arguments, huh?
No.
That's a pretty good sign. Now where shall I send him?
Put him on the table. They all like to change the scenery once in a while.
Well. Look how big my shadow is when I stretch.
Yes, it stretches across the ceiling.
Where does the music come from?
From the paradise dance hall across the alley.
How about cutting the rug, little Miss Winfield?
Oh, hi.
Or is your program filled up? Let me have a look at it. Come on. Oh, why, every dance is taken. I'll just have to scratch some out. Ah, a waltz.
Oh, I cannot dance.
There you go, that inferiority stuff.
I've never danced in my life.
Come on, try it.
But I would step on you.
I'm not made out of glass.
Okay. How do we start?
You hold your arms out a little.
Like this?
Just leave it to me. A little bit higher. Right. Now don't tighten up. The main thing about it. Relax. Not so stiff. Easy does it.
Goodness.
Come on, loosen the backbone.
Oh my.
There you are. That's it. What did we hit on?
A table?
Did something fall of it? I think.
Yes.
I hope that it wasn't the little glass horse with the horn.
Yes.
It's lost its.
Horn? It doesn't matter. Maybe it's a blessing in disguise.
You'll never forgive me. I bet that was your favorite piece of glass.
No, I don't have favorites much. Freckles. Glass breaks so easily, no matter how careful you are with them.
Still, I'm awfully sorry that I was the cause.
I would just imagine he had an operation. The horn was removed so that he would feel less freakish.
I'm glad to see that you have a sense of humor. You know, you're, well, very different. Surprisingly different from anyone else I know. Do you mind me telling you that? I mean it in a nice way. You make me feel sort of, I don't know how to put it. I'm usually pretty good at explaining things, but this is something that I don't know how to say. Has anyone ever told you that you are pretty? Well, you are in a very different way from anyone else I know. And all the nicer because of the difference too. Gloria, you know, I wish that you were my sister. I would teach you to have some confidence in yourself. But being different is nothing to be ashamed of. Because other people are not such wonderful people. They're 100 times 1,000. You're 1 times 1. They walk all over there. You just stay here. They're common as weeds, but, well, they're blue roses.
Blue is wrong for roses.
It's right for you. Your hands, your eyes are pretty. I think I'm making this up because I'm invited to dinner and have to be nice. I could do that. I could do that, Laura. I could put on an act for you and say lots of things without being very sincere. But this time I am. I'm talking to you sincerely. Somebody needs to build your confidence and make you proud instead of shy, turning away and blushing. Somebody ought to kiss you. I shouldn't have done that. You don't smoke, do you? Peppermint? Lifesaver? My pocket's a regular drugstore whenever I go. Laura, you know, if you were my sister, I would do the same thing this time. I'd bring out fellows and introduce her to them. The right type of boys to appreciate her. Only he made a mistake about me. Maybe I've got no right to be saying this, and this may not have been the idea of me coming over. But what if it was? There's nothing wrong about that. The only trouble is, I'm not in a situation to do the right thing. I can't take your number and say I'll call. I can't call you and ask for a date. I thought I had better explain the situation in case you misunderstood it and hurt your feelings.
So you won't call again?
No, Laura, I can't. As I was just explaining, I've got strings on me. I've been going out steady with a girl named Betty. She's a home girl like you. I'm Catholic and Irish, and in many great ways we get along fine. It happened that Betty's son took sick, and she got a wire and had to go to Centralia. So naturally, when Tom invited me to dinner, I just accepted the invitation without knowing that you and I, that you would say something. What are you doing that for, Lord? You want me to have him? What for?
For Selena. Wow. Isn't the air delightful after the shower? Oh, I've made you children some liquid refreshment. Jim, did you know that song about lemonade? Lemonade, made in the shade and stirred with a spade. Good enough for any old maid.
No, I never heard it.
Oh, but Laura, you look so serious, honey.
We were having a serious conversation.
Oh, well, good. Now you're better acquainted. You young folks are so much more serious-minded than my generation. I was so bubbly as a girl.
You haven't changed, Miss Winfield.
Oh, well, today I'm rejuvenated. Oh, the gaiety of the occasion, Miss... Oh, I'm baptizing myself.
Here, let me...
I told Tom how outdone with him I was for such a long time. For giving you to him so. He should have brought you over much earlier. Well, now that you found your way, I want you to be a very frequent caller. Not just occasional, but all the time. Oh, we'll have so many happy times together. Oh, well, I'll skip back out. I know where my place is when you young folks are having a serious conversation.
Oh, don't go off, Miss Winfield. The fact of the matter is, I've got to be going.
Going? Now? Why, it's only the change of the evening, Miss O'Connor.
You know how it is.
You mean you're a working man and you have to keep working men's hours? Oh, we get it. We'll let you off early tonight, but only on the condition that you stay later tomorrow. Or maybe some other time. When's the best time for you, huh? Isn't Saturday night the best time for you working man?
I have a couple of time clocks to punch, Miss Winfield. One at morning, and another one at night.
Oh, man, you are ambitious. You work at night too?
No, ma'am. Not work, but... Betty.
Betty? 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 Who's Betty?
Just a girl. Girl I go steady with. We're going to be married the second Sunday in June.
Oh. Oh, wow. How wonderful. Well, Tom didn't mention that you were engaged to be married.
The cat's not down at the back of the warehouse yet. You know how it is. They call you Roman and stuff like that. It's been a wonderful evening in Springfield. But we've got to be going. I guess this is what we mean by Southern hospitality.
It really wasn't anything at all.
I hope it don't seem like I'm rushing off. But I promised Betty I'd pick her at the Wabash depot. And by the time I get my jalopy down there, her train will be in. Some women are pretty upset if you keep them waiting.
Oh, yes, I know. But it's the tyranny of women. Goodbye, Miss Gilmore. I wish you luck, happiness, and success. All three of you. And so does Laura. Right, Laura? Yes.
Goodbye, Laura. I'm certainly going to treasure that souvenir. So long, Shakespeare. Thanks again, ladies. Good night.
Tom?
Yes, Mother.
Come in here a minute.
Has the gentleman caller gotten away already?
Well, the gentleman caller has made an early departure. What a wonderful joke you play on us.
What do you mean?
You didn't mention that Jim was engaged to be married.
Jim, engaged.
Didn't you call him your best friend at the warehouse?
Yes, but how did I know?
It seems peculiar for me that you wouldn't know your best friend is getting married.
The White House is where I work, not where I know things about people.
You don't know things anywhere. You live in a dream. You manufacture illusions. Tom, where are you going now?
I'm going to the movies.
Right. Now that you've made us such fools. All the preparations. The expenses. Just go to the movie. Don't let anything interfere with your selfish pleasure. Just go to the movie. Don't think about us. A sick, desolate mother. Oh, you don't even know that I'm sick to you. A crippled sister who has no job. Just go to the movie.
Alright, I'll go! The more you shout about my selfishness, the quicker I'll go, and I won't go to the movies!
Very well then. Then go to the movie, you selfish dreamer.
I did not go to the movie. I went much further. For time is the longest distance between two places. Not long after that, I was fired for writing a poem on a shoe box. I left St. Louis. I descended the steps of this fire escape the last time. I followed from them on in my father's footsteps, attempting to find emotion what was lost in space. I traveled a great deal. The city swept above me like dead leaves, leaves that were brightly colored, but torn away from the branches. I would get stopped. But I was pursued by something. It always came upon me, unawares, taking me altogether by surprise. Perhaps it was a familiar bit of music. Perhaps it's only a piece of transparent glass. Perhaps I'm walking the streets at night in some strange city before I have found companions. I pass the window where perfume is sold. The window is filled with colored glass. Tiny bottles in delicate colors, like